Dan has watched them all. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Daniel Matthews.
You know, I've been here at the circus. I've been to Five-Finger Death Punch. And every time even today, one of the first things somebody asks me is, "Are you from Disney?" Now, I know why you would think that. With ears like this, it's a natural conclusion. But let me tell you, my ears really aren't that big. I just have a small head. I've really enjoyed being at the circus and Five-Finger Death Punch. I don't know about you, but that's fun to say, isn't it? Five-Finger Death Punch? Raise your hand if you were at the Five-Finger Death Punch concert working it. Oh yeah, look at all those hands. Now, I don't know about you, but there was one word. I kept hearing it over and over and over. And I know you're not going to believe this, but I even heard it at the circus. Yeah, I heard that F word at the circus. Every single person that I talked to, I said, "Do you like working here?" "Yeah, I love it." When I said why, they'd say, "It's like being with family." Where's Tony at? Raise your hand, Tony. Holler out so I know where you're at. There he is, back there. Mr. Stash. I love the stash. He told me that. I think he was like the 100th person to say that to me. And I was like, "Really, Tony? Come on. Carl put you up to this, right? He told you to tell people like me that you're like family." He said, "No, Dan." He says, "You know, we don't see each other all the time." He said, "But when we get together, we know about each other's lives. And we talk to each other about what's going on in our lives. And we interact with each other." And he said, "It makes us feel closer." And I started thinking about it. And my very first day at the circus, Christy's taking me around and she introduces me to Lil. Where's Lil? "Hey, buddy." And they're talking back and forth, having a good time. And then it switches to grandbabies. And then the pictures start coming out. I mean, it was amazing to watch that interaction. And so I started paying closer attention. And I noticed that that's the way all of you are when you're with each other. You interact together like a family. I tell you, when I ask most clients, I say, "Well, do you like coming to work here?" "It's a paycheck." I even had one guy, he said, "It's better than a sharp stick in the eye." Who says that? But you guys say family. That's amazing. And of course, I talked to your president, Mr. Bill Owen. And I asked him the question I always ask every single person in management, and that is, when I get off this stage, when I leave the room, what is it you want the audience to know, think, or feel? He said, "Dan, there's one thing I want them to know." He said, "That one thing is, you're important. You are important. I want you to turn to your neighbor and give him a high five and say, 'I'm important.'" Turn to your other neighbor and say, "I'm important." And you know what? You know what? When it comes to creating a wow customer experience, that's true. Each and every person in this room is important because without you, It's not an experience.